Yeah, hello everyone. Yeah, I want to start something very important this period, this season. It's going to be called Sunday Stew. Sunday Stew because in the course of the week, we used to do a relationship um, nuggets, relationship um, talks. But this particular one is different because it's not instant. It's going to be a little bit awesome because we're going to be talking about a lot of things: life, the Bible, our faith, and a lot of other things, you know. Because for me, Christianity is not a religion, it's a life. And the life that a man is going to live is a product of God's word because he said, in him was life, and that life is the light of men. Now, so we are going to be looking at the Bible. We will take certain issues from the Bible and then we will help our lives with it. We will talk to ourselves. Yes. And this Sunday stew, today's Sunday stew, we are going to be looking at the dangers of shortcuts. The dangers of shortcuts. And our text is from Exodus chapter 13, verse 17 and 18. Just two verses that we're going to look at. In Exodus, I'm going to read. In Exodus chapter 13, verse 17, the Bible said, when Pharaoh let the people go, God did not lead them on the road through the Philistine country, though that was shorter. For God said, if they face war, they might change their minds and return to Egypt. So God led the people through so God led the people round around by the desert road toward the Red Sea. The Israelites went up out of Egypt armed for battle. Now, this story is a familiar story about the exodus of the children of Israel from Egypt towards the promised land. And the Bible said there was a shortcut that will go through the Philistine. If they go through the Philistine, it's going to be a shortcut. But the Bible said God did not deliberately avoided the shortcut. God deliberately avoided it because the Philistines' road could have led them towards their destination. But God led them through the wilderness towards the Red Sea. And it bothers me. Why will God do that? You see, if you read the end of that verse 18, you find out that the Bible said they were equipped for battle. That means they already carry weapons for battle. But what I realize is that when preparation, physical preparation, does not negate mental preparation. So for God to deliberately avoid the long route and take the shortcut, there was a reason. Because shortcuts they often look faster. They are faster. There is nobody who doesn't like shortcuts. Because when you follow shortcuts, it saves time, it saves energy, it is stressless. But God was deliberate and said they will not follow shortcuts. So what happened? God take them through the long route. Though shortcuts may be faster, but it leaves you unprepared. it leaves you unprepared. The difference between the preparation of noodles and vegetable soup is the reason for the nutrients you derive from both. When you want to prepare vegetable soup, the process you are going to follow, sometimes it looks very long. Very long. It takes time. Chopping of the vegetables, preparing the sauce, and doing every other thing, boiling the meat, all those process. If somebody is very hungry, the person may not be patient enough. But you see, noodles, that's why it is called instant noodles. In 5 minutes, your noodles is ready to be eaten. But you see, the vegetable soup gives more nutrients. It has balanced diet. But the noodles does not have balanced diet. It is instant. Noodles is like the shortcut. While vegetable soup is like the long route, but with wholesomeness. So I'm going to give us 5 dangers of shortcuts. 5 dangers. Number one, shortcuts ignore readiness. Shortcuts ignore readiness. The Philistines' road was quicker, but it came with immediate warfare. God felt that they were not ready mentally to fight a war, even though they were equipped. Sometimes when God delays certain things in our life, we feel as if we are ready because of the equipment we have. But mentally, we may not be ready. Mentally, we may not be ready. Why? Because God knew that the people were not mentally ready for battle, even though they were physically ready. And the battle of life is first fought and won mentally before it is physical. If you have not won the battles of life in your thinking, you cannot win it physically. It's very, very important. For lack of mental preparation will lead to physical defeat. Most defeat is because of lack of mental preparation. So anything done faster can break fast. For example, if you make promises in anger, it can break fast. You can break that promise. If you build relationships on hypes, on beauty, on figures, such relationship will not last because it is done faster. Now we have cheap purchases. Sometimes you go to supermarket, you find something that is cheap, you just buy it even though you don't need it. Even fast food, they are done faster. So all these things, they could be giving you fast result, but not a lasting result. Number two, shortcuts bypass necessary growth. When you follow shortcuts, you will not grow well. The wilderness wasn't punishment, actually, it was training. In Hebrews chapter 5, the Bible said that God disciplines those he loves, that we should take God's discipline as training. So, shortcuts make you bypass such trainings that leads to growth. So, once you skip God's process, what happens? You will lack depth because depth is the product of training. Anybody who does not have depth is not properly trained. So growth is developed through long and rigorous training. Growth is not downloaded overnight. You can't grow overnight. It takes time. That's why the long route is important. Number three, shortcut expresses hidden weaknesses. God said they might change their mind and return to Egypt if they saw war. So that was why God had to make them follow the route so that they can be trained and their weaknesses will be corrected. Pressures of life reveals what shortcut conceals in the beginning. Because when you do certain things faster, the pressure of life will show forth. It will show you that you are doing the wrong thing. Very, very important. So if your foundation is weak, then challenges will send you backwards. Very important. Because of time, I will continue next time. But it's very important for us to note that shortcut